Whew. Good morning. It's about 7 degrees out here, but we had a pretty decent aurora experience last night. Now we got about a 2.5 hour drive to get down to Denali, and we're hoping to get there kind of close to dawn so that maybe the animals are coming out. We did get some word from some people that they saw bears yesterday, so we might get lucky. That bear counter might go up on this trip. We will see. By the end of the night last night, we were up to 5 moose, so the moose counter is definitely going up. So let's get on the road and see what we can see.
Denali National Park was created in 1917 as a way to preserve some wildlife in Alaska. And later the park boundaries were expanded to include more area to protect, including that of Denali, the tallest mountain in North America. Now there's only one road into Denali National Park, and the majority of it you cannot drive on. There are tour buses that you can jump on and see the rest of the road, but primarily if you go in the summertime, you can only drive about 15 miles before the rest of the road is closed to the public. There are 3 different seasons that would be ideal to go see the park in. In the spring, you'll probably see a lot of baby animals and wildflowers. In the summer, you might have a better chance at seeing Denali in the distance. And in the fall, you get the fall foliage colors, and animals like the moose are in their rut season.
Pretty cool that we get to drive to this.
All right, we just wrapped up Denali National Park, and we almost thought that animal viewing was gonna be a bust, but right towards the end, all of a sudden there's a bunch of people looking at the bull moose, and the bull moose had a cow with him as well. So finally got the bull moose photo that I've been looking for, and that brings us up to 7 moose on this entire trip and still 0 bears. So apparently the bears are being very elusive right now. And honestly, we're about 2 weeks late up here to Alaska, and a lot of stuff is starting to freeze over and get cold, so the bears are probably working on getting ready for hibernation. But Denali overall was fantastic. The colors, again, were about 2 weeks too late, but they probably were absolutely stunning a couple weeks ago. And the views of the mountains, or what you can see of the mountains, is really neat as well. So the entire drive-in is awesome. Now, when it comes to animal viewing, definitely be paying attention to what you are doing with wild animals, because the cow and the bull moose were separated, and the bull moose was getting ready to cross the road, and everybody rushed towards the bull moose, including all the kids. All the kids, they were within 5 to 10 feet of the bull moose, and it's staring at them, looking like it's gonna charge, and give them space. They're wild animals. This isn't a petting zoo.
One of my favorite facts about the park that we found out from one of the rangers is that one of the premises of why this Denali was even founded is based off of Dall sheep protection, which is really cool. We tried to look for Dall sheep in the Rainbow Mountains earlier in the video. We'll show you that clip. And we didn't see any. So of course, now that the snow is coming in, they're saying it's a lot harder to see Dall sheep. They look a lot like our mountain goats actually in Washington, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I love that fact about the Denali Park, and we definitely had a good time being able to drive double the distance that we normally would get to. So with shoulder season, it's a very unique time where normally you're not able to drive your personal vehicle more than 15 miles within the national park. But because it's shoulder season, you can drive 29 miles up to a new point that they've created. So that was really exciting. And honestly, that's the only way we got to see the bull moose. So super excited about that.
We're gonna head out now. We're gonna see if we can find any bears between here and Anchorage. But other than that, we are gonna wrap this up. And if you enjoyed our trip here in Alaska, leave a like on the video. You can subscribe to the channel, and we will be seeing you in the next video.
Yep.
Now, while the drive to Anchorage was very pretty, we unfortunately did not see any bears. And apparently we just kept missing them. Our buddy back in Valdez from part 1 of our trip, he saw a bear chasing a goat up a mountain. And then down by Eagle River near Anchorage, we got there about 45 minutes after a bear had passed through. So seeing bears on this trip just wasn't meant to be, so we'll definitely have to go back up and scout for bears another time. And if we make sure to go when the salmon are running, there is a much better chance that we will see them. But I can't complain. We saw a lot of great wildlife, and I got some fantastic photos of the bull moose, which was one of my top priorities on this trip. So Alaska, we will be back, and it was awesome to explore you for the few days we had.